Initiating moisture.
Moist meter, Jigsaw. Those are two different words with two very different meanings, but today they'll collide in the Thunderdome when I analyze the moisture content of the new Jigsaw movie. This is the first new Saw movie in 7 years after the series started to fall apart and become this fermenting shit stain on the movie industry. Used to have yearly releases of Saw, kind of like Call of Duty, with about the same amount of quality, and they decided to take a 7-year hiatus, but have they learned anything with this new entry? Not really. It's pretty underwhelming. So the biggest problem is it's full of plot holes. There is plot holes out the asshole in this movie. Also, you just have to accept that Jigsaw is omniscient. He knows everything. He's like Santa Claus. He's made a list. He checks it twice. He knows who's naughty or nice. He knows everything you've done. He knows every time you've jerked off. He knows where you've hid your cum. He knows it all, and he'll use it against you. It's kind of reaching with how much knowledge he has. It's pretty unrealistic. But I guess the series doesn't really go for something super realistic, which is excusable. Another major complaint I have about this movie is it's the same one I had about the new Death Note movie. Everyone is like a balloon of meat that's just one small inconvenience away from popping in a gory explosion. If somebody accidentally gets a toothpick in their hand, their whole hand's coming right the fuck off. It's just laughable at points, especially at one scene in the movie where two cars collide and the second there's an impact, they both explode in an extravagant explosion like someone dropped a fucking nuke on them. It's just laughable. I'd already mentioned the plot holes, and I need to re-mention that because there's a lot of fucking plot holes here. And the story, it's pretty decent, actually. I think the story itself is pretty interesting, and the twists at the end are not bad. Some of them you can kind of see coming, but it leaves so many questions that you're just not going to get an answer to and just have to accept they forgot about it. And it's your answer. They just forgot, and they don't have an answer for you. The games are also pretty underwhelming. There's nothing too unique about the games. They've also toned down the gore a lot, for better or for worse, but the games are the biggest problem with it. It's just not very interesting. The games kind of fucking suck, in my opinion. There's also some bad CG that's thrown in there that'll immediately take you right out of it. And really, while I do think the plot is decent, it's nothing the Saw movies haven't done before. It's kind of a combined plot from two different Saw movies. I don't want to say which two because then you'll immediately guess what's going on in this movie, but it's nothing new. It's just done decently, but with a ton of fucking plot holes. I can't make that point enough. There is a lot of plot holes in this movie. Is it worth seeing? I don't know. If you're a fan of the Saw movies, you probably won't like this. If you don't like the Saw movies, but you like horror movies, and it's not really much of a horror movie, you might like this. I mean, there's really not a whole lot else to say, so I want to play a game where we analyze the moisture content of this movie by popping it in the state-of-the-art moist meter. It's a 30%. It's an alright movie. I think there's some redeeming qualities of it, and it definitely changes a little bit from the Saw series with the tone and the visuals, but nothing too exciting that's going to make you jump onto your seat and put pee-pee in your trousers while applauding the movie for doing something so new and great. It's an alright movie. It's a Saw movie. You get kind of what you expect, but a lot less of it. That's about it. See ya.